dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew? Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't need no background singers.
But earlier you wanted me to help you.
No, when I was doing this, if I ain't doing this, stay in your lane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You want to use me?
Wow, that.
You want to use me?
Wow, that. Use you?
Yeah, for my vocals.
Girl, I ain't using you. You here with me? It's your boy DJ New Kid, your girl.
Sierra Nicole.
We're back on the channel with another
Kid and C.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That sounded.
Yes.
Kid and C original.
Welcome back to the channel, man.
That's it.
We got another TikTok story time for y'all, man. We got what's the most toxic thing an adult said to you
as a child? What's the most toxic thing an adult said to you as a child?
I was saying it though.
I was helping you.
Here you go again with the bullshit. If I ain't called for it, I don't need it.
Come on, baby.
Oh man, but this is with that being said, man, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. If you want to first support, you gotta do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the like button, man. We appreciate every like, every thumbs up, even the dislikes, even though we don't see them no more. So you might as well not do it. Let's get it.
What is the most toxic thing an adult said to you as a child? And how did it make you feel?
My mother was having the neighbor gentleman babysit me, and I told her that he was molesting me, and she said, his wife is my best friend, so you can just keep your mouth shut and deal with it. And it made me feel like a worthless piece of shit.
What is the most toxic thing an adult said to you as a child? And how did it make you feel?
So when I was 8 years old, my grandmother sat me down and she told me that if I did not lose weight, boys would never like me when I was older and I would never have a boyfriend, and that I needed to lose at least 40 pounds.
Wow.
I was 8. That was like devastating and pivotal. And as an 8-year-old, like I genuinely believed that. I did not start dating till I was 21 for the sole purpose that I did not think that I deserved to or was allowed to or even stood a chance at forming a relationship with someone because I was fat. That was easily one of the most damaging things that was ever said to me.
What is the most toxic thing an adult...
I ain't gonna count. Wow. We done already started.
Two in. Well, I mean,
that first one.
I'm like, what the
world?
Second one? But that second one still, because people do not.
It's kind of norm though. That second one.
And it's sad. It's sad that it is. You know what I'm saying?
Society is sad.
Facts.
Folks in the comments are sad. That's sad. They part of society.
Said to you as a child, and how did it make you feel?
After a big family dinner for a holiday or something, I didn't move fast enough to start helping clean up the chairs, even though none of the other kids were helping. And my aunt dragged me into another room forcibly to get mad at me. And in the process of all of this, she told me that my whole family hates me and that no one actually loves me and they just pretend to. Then forced me to apologize to her for getting mad at her when she told me to clean up the chairs. Needless to say, I don't believe that anyone loves me, no matter how much they say it. I always just feel like I'm a burden and they're pretending. And I'm 33 now, so.
What is the most toxic thing an adult said to you as a child? And how did it make you feel?
Growing up as an African child in a religious community, adults would use the fear of demons and the devil to get you to do what they wanted. I know my fellow Africans can relate. The chokehold that evangelical Christianity has on our communities because of missionary work and colonization is intense. I remember being a child and going to visit my aunt in Kisumu, which is in Kenya, by Lake Victoria. And every summer, the church had VBS, Vocational Bible School, where you go and you learn about the Bible, all that. Now, this church in particular liked to do skits. And one of the skits they would do was Heaven's Gates and Hell's Flames. And they would reenact scenarios of people going to hell or heaven. That traumatized me so much. And then in certain religious schools, you were also taught really, really strange stories about the origins of demons and devils and like the fact that they would be watching you at night. It took me such a long time to get over the fear of the dark, like way into adulthood. That was cruel.
What is the most toxic thing?
You know what's crazy though? This stuff, like what you were saying, is it's not even just the African community. It's even in the Black community. Like, well, we all are connected, but you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
It's the fear that if you don't do what I tell you to do, you're gonna go to hell.
Yeah.
And to be real, I still deal with it to this day. I'm
yeah.
like,
most definitely.
I'll just be like, bro, I'm a grown ass man, bro. And it's like y'all trying to bully me into doing
like
stuff.
Like you said, the chokehold that it has.
Yeah. I'll be like, bro, I'm a grown ass man, bro.
Sad.
I ain't lived with you in how long?
It's sad.
And you still be trying to have a chokehold on me when it comes down to religion, bro. And I just be like, yo, you don't even ask me like where my head is. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I know. Because I know you can go on.
An adult said to you as a child. And how did it make you feel?
Someone once told me I'll never amount to anything. And it affected me for many years. Because I thought that I would never amount to anything. So I never went after a lot of things in life.
Wow.
But it all led me to this moment right here. Because there's one thing that I have successfully done in my life, and that makes me successful. I make hundreds of people smile a day. And that is the coolest fucking thing in the world. It's just the fucking coolest, man. I love all y'all. Thanks for fucking being here and being a part of my life. Thank you. I love you. Have a great day.
What is the most toxic thing an adult said to you as a child?
That if you want to get married or have kids or date, you need to be able to have your sex license. And the only way to have your sex license is by doing this right now. I'm 36 years old. That happened when I was 8. I still have flashbacks.
Oh, no.
What is the most toxic thing?
No. I don't want to talk about it. I was just confused. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
but then it clicked.
Yeah.
That's
An adult said to you as a child. And how did it make you feel?
You know, I think there's a fine line between toxic and just trying to get the child to listen. Now, with that being said, there are two things I heard quite often as a child to get me to listen. One of them was, okay, go ahead, call the cops. I'm beating your ass till they get here. And you fucking bet, whatever the fuck I was doing, I quit. And I started listening. The other one was, I brought you into this world and I can take you out. Woo! I heard that from my mother and solely my mother. Well, she seems to forget that before she had me, she could walk around a public pool, shirtless, have shortish hair like a boy, and pass off as a dude. Finally, one day I got fed up with her saying that, so I responded with, I gave you those tits. I can take them away.
What is the most toxic thing?
I feel you, bro, because I've heard both of those things as well. I remember one time I was like, I called her, and she said, call the police, I'm going to beat you to you. And I was just like, the fuck? I've heard, I ain't gonna cap, I've heard,
That's so
I hang you on that tree in the back, you know, that big tree in our backyard. I'll hang you, I was like, I've heard a lot.
People don't understand, like parents do not understand how traumatizing it is. And y'all just passing this stuff down. Generations.
But you know what's crazy to me though? When you act like you ain't never did.
That's
when you get older, you be like, I did no.
And what they feel, and what parents sometimes fail to realize, a lot of stuff that you say to kids, that stuff sticks with them.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, something that your parents may say to you stick with you, and that's why you treat your kids the way that you treat them. It's sad, especially when you don't break those generational curses. Yeah. That's sad.
An adult said to you as a child.
Me and my friends were like, I think we were at McDonald's or somewhere. But we were out eating, and we were complaining about how hard it was to be 16. One of my friends had just got ungrounded, so it's the first time she was out of the house, but she's about to do something stupid to get grounded again. And I was like, y'all can do shit like that. Y'all got older parents that's like 3 generation difference. My mother's 15 years older than me. We can't do that over here, okay? She just tried that shit yesterday. So this older lady who was sitting like behind us on the wall decides that she wants to come around and give her 2 cents. She looks at me and she goes, I'm a Christian woman and you're an abomination and your parents should burn in hell for giving you such a biblical name. 12 years ago, I did not give a fuck about your feelings, okay? And how my words affected you. So I looked this lady in the eye after hearing her conversation. I said, you know, your husband's in the hospital and I hope he has a slow death. And I hope that the day that y'all walk through the pits of hell, that he blames you every day for eternity.
What is the most toxic thing an adult said to you as a child?
When I was 13, I went to go live in Mexico with my grandparents. And I have a lot of family in Mexico. So we all went to this family trip. And out of nowhere, all us little girls, we wanted like gifts. And we passed by this jewelry shop. And at the time I didn't understand. But we all begged my grandfather, because I was staying with my grandparents, for a piece of jewelry. So he did. So as my grandfather, I didn't understand. But I do remember distinctly he was going around asking my uncles for money. One of my uncles actually came out and said this out loud in front of everybody to embarrass me and my cousin. Why are you buying her jewelry? She is worthless. She's gonna grow up to be a slut. That stuck with me. And I, in fact, did not grow up to be a slut. As a matter of fact, Mr. High and Mighty, his youngest daughter, got pregnant during her quinceañera. So when he saw me as an adult, married with my son, he still saw me less than his slutty daughter.
What is the most toxic thing an adult said to you as a child?
I got told constantly that I was a pervert. From the time I was 10 to about 21 when I finally moved out of the house, my mom constantly referred to me as a pervert. If I was reading a comic, playing a video game, watching a movie, or some anime or cartoons, whatever, if any of those had remotely attractive women drawn into them or cast or whatever, if women were part of the picture, I was a pervert. That was the whole reason I was partaking in that thing, because to her, I was a pervert. And as I got older, it made me feel weird. So like if I have posters or any of the figurines I collect, they're all men. Simply because I feel like if I start having women on, like women posters or women figurines, people will see me as a pervert for collecting those things.
What is the most toxic thing an adult said to you as a child?
When I was a sophomore in high school, I tried to unalive myself. And I was in the hospital, like a psychiatric hospital, for like a week and a half. And shortly after I got home, my dad got a bill in the mail, I guess from the hospital. And he showed it to me and said, "This is how much your little stunt is costing me." And I remember in that moment wishing that I had tried harder.
What is the most toxic thing an adult said to you as a child? And how did it make you feel?
That's sad. Like, you ain't got no sympathy for your child.
No.
Your child just went through a traumatic experience that he needs to... The main thing he needs at that time is love.
It's love.
And attention.
Yeah.
And you just, only thing you care about. And that's
the hospital bill.
And that's one thing I saw somebody said one time. They was like, why do we put value on things? Why is there value on things that we need in life as far as medicine?
Yeah.
Medical attention. Mm-hmm. Why is there, basically, why are we getting a bill just for going to the hospital? No matter what country you live in, because even overseas, y'all still are paying through tax, so you still being charged some type of way. So that's for another day. But why is there any expense when it comes down to medical assistance? Why is there money value on anything?
Yeah.
Who put the value on anything? But because if that's the case, we put value on too much where we can't even value each other. And that's what I mean. Like, we don't value each other because we see value in objects amongst this world. And the only people that we're supposed to value, only things we're supposed to value is each other and the things that are living, breathing. Like, we don't, man.
Okay, so good morning. This happens to almost all children. I told an adult what my dreams were, and they told me to be more reasonable.
That is so true, though. I'm sorry for pausing a lot, but people don't realize, like, you can't quit shooting people's dreams down just because you feel as though you can't achieve it.
You can't achieve it.
And that's the reason why, if anybody shoots down your dream, it's because in their heart, they can't become what you believe that you can become. Or they don't see a way. Especially coming out of small towns like us.
Yeah.
Like how we do, they don't see a chance for anything.
And I don't know if it's
besides.
because there's no representation around, or they feel
or they don't
like,
even know nobody who done it before.
Right, or that's what I'm saying. There's no one like close to you, or I know someone that did this or did that. There's no one around that's doing those things, so you feel like it's not obtainable. But if I believe that that's what I can do, if I can achieve that, then that's what it is.
Right.
But yeah,
if you can see yourself,
doing anything,
it's a reason why you see yourself.
Toxic thing an adult said to you as a child, and how did it make you feel?
I love asking these type of questions. Well, I'm going to go ahead and participate. I got in a physical altercation with a young lady in high school who had been picking on me throughout the school year. We got in a fist fight. I won the fight. Principal called me over and says, the reason why you beat that girl up like that is because she's light-skinned. Now here I am standing here trying to address and defend something that I didn't even know existed, because I have a fair-skinned mother and I have a fair-skinned sister, and I never ever felt indifferent. I always felt like I was beautiful, never been told that I was beautiful for a dark-skinned woman, or a girl, just told that I was beautiful. That stayed with me a long time, but at that moment I understood what colorism is.
How the world sees you.
I don't even want to go any further.
What is the most toxic thing an adult said to you?
You know, I don't even want to get on my situation when I was at the work. I should have went to about that situation. You the big black. You're gonna make the little white girls afraid of you. Yeah. You were there.
Child.
When I was around 8 years old, my father was buying me a pack of Skittles because he's a great guy. And as we were getting checked out, the woman, scanned the Skittles and looked at me and was like, "Oh, are you going to eat these before dinner?" Because it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, "Yes." And she goes, "Well, that's how you get diabetes." So from that moment, for some time in my childhood, whenever I would eat sugar, I would feel guilty afterwards because I thought I was going to get diabetes. I wouldn't not eat it. I would just eat it and be like, "I'm going to die." So, to the Walmart woman, if you're not watching this, why?
What is the most toxic thing an adult said to you as a child, and how did it make you feel?
I have so many of these. Two of the worst ones were from my grandmothers, and I stopped speaking to them after this happened because it was so bad. But I want to tell you about my mom's mom. So she and I were actually really, really close until I was 17, my senior year of high school. And she was going to throw my grandpa a 75th birthday party at their house with a bunch of their friends and our family. Now, I grew up singing on all the little country show Opries and stuff. And I wanted to sing the song Grandpa by the Judds for him and play my guitar at this party. Any grandparent would be thrilled if I did that, right? No, my grandmother literally said, "I think that would embarrass him. You're not doing that." And now it's been about 13 years to the day that I have spoken to her. And maybe that sounds traumatic, but there's so much more that goes into it. I have no regrets.
Have you or anyone you know ever shared?
People just don't understand, bro. People really don't. There's so many people I be really wanting to cut off. But it's deep down at heart, I'd be like, I can't. But if I could, you already know.
Yeah.
You know personally.
I know. I feel especially when it comes to family and who it is, it's definitely difficult. But sometimes not. Well, I ain't gonna say what I'm about to say. But yeah, with family, it's definitely difficult, depending on like who it is or whatever, or just family period. But
Cause I'll say this. My bad though.
no, I was just about to say, but for some people, it's something that has to be done so that you can have a peace of mind. Like it's either continue to be abused or find peace, to seek peace, and I'm going to choose myself and my peace of mind over anybody, like regardless.
Because I was just gonna say, because to be real, when I saw this title, I was like, I ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
But after
not knowing, after hearing other people, you're like, oh, okay, we talking about stuff like,
I'm like
in that sense.
No, it just brought back up all these memories. And I'm like, God damn, how many toxic joints I got?
Yeah.
Like my whole life was full with toxic adults.
Yeah.
Like every level of life I've been in, and no wonder why I literally hate where I come from. Like and that's sad though. Yeah. Because people always be like, never forget where you come from. I'd be like, man, fuck where I come from, man. I wish I could forget it and never go back to it to this day. Mm-hmm. But folks always don't forget where you come from. Man, bro. Life changed for me as soon as I got up out of that place, Mm-hmm. But hey, with that being said, y'all spam us up in the comments, man. Let us know y'all thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Let us know if y'all can connect, if you want to feel free to open up and talk about a toxic experience. We all for it, man. Hop in the comment section down below. But as always, y'all know how it go. I do go by the name DJ BKDC. We are, y'all.
Ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar.